Hey there everybody. So I know typically I'm doing hiking videos and showing you what cool things I do with my dogs, but another huge passion of mine is wildlife. And I found this lovely, I think it's a lady, hanging out today on the trail. So I wanted to give a quick talk about some reptiles that we have here in Colorado. We are out on the eastern slope, so you can see Pikes Peak is out there in the background. And one of the most common snakes that we have in the area are these guys. And this is a bull snake, and this is a wild bull snake that I just picked up off the trail. And she is actually super docile. Now these guys, unfortunately, tend to be confused with rattlesnakes quite often, and then they lose their lives. And it's unfortunate because these guys are really great rodent control, really great pest control. And unfortunately, because people tend to be afraid of snakes or they're not able to identify them properly, they tend to kill snakes. Now, believe it or not, snakes are actually protected in Colorado. They're not considered a game species. There's not a hunting season for them except for the prairie rattlesnake. So it is, like I just said, illegal to kill these guys. But unfortunately, because they're really great at mimicking rattlesnakes, and a lot of people might not recognize the pattern, they kill bull snakes a lot, and other harmless snakes. There's really no reason to be doing that because they are, again, great rodent control, non-venomous, and usually pretty docile. So these guys, though, with bull snakes, they are really great at bluffing and faking that they're rattlesnakes. So I'm a little bit disappointed that this little girl is more docile, but I have found bull snakes before who will completely flatten out their heads. So they'll flatten their heads out to look more like a rattlesnake. It'll be more like a triangle shape. And they hiss really loud, and that really loud hiss can sometimes sound the same as a rattlesnake's rattle. And another thing that all North American snakes will do is actually rattle, or I should say shake, the end of their tail. So if they're in leaves, sometimes you might also hear that and you might just think that they are rattlesnakes. But these guys are harmless, very common snakes to have around. Other really common snakes in this area are garter snakes. We have two different species of garter snakes, and when I find those guys, I'll do another video of them. This girl, as you can see, she's got this nice little pattern, kind of similar to the prairie rattlesnake that we have out here, but again, absolutely harmless, very common, and very good to have around because they do primarily eat rodents. However, they will also, if they get the chance, they will eat other snakes, including rattlesnakes. Now that's not just a bull snake thing. Most snakes do happen to be cannibalistic. So if it's not a rattlesnake, it's really great to have around. And honestly, rattlesnakes really aren't a big issue either. Rattlesnakes, they tend to be found in the same areas as the bull snakes. So out here on the west, or on the eastern slope, we have a lot of them. They're prairie rattlesnakes. They're not diamondbacks. So they're a bit smaller in size. They tend to be about the same size as the bull snake. They have a little bit thicker bodies though. But honestly, if you're not bothering the snakes, they're not going to hurt you. It's really easy to walk around a rattlesnake or a bull snake or any snake that you don't know. And honestly, if you can't identify what a snake is, just leave it alone. Most likely you're not going to see a rattlesnake in your backyard. You might see these guys in your backyard. But if you can't identify it, just leave it be. And if you do want to have it removed, go ahead and just call somebody who handles reptiles. I know there's a lot of folks on the neighborhood apps lately who are always helping other neighbors in removing snakes humanely and safely, including rattlesnakes. So if you do end up finding a rattlesnake on your property or out on the trail, like I said, it's easy to just walk around them. If it's on your property, you might want to try and remove it. But just keep in mind that most rattlesnake bites and other snake bites only occur because people are harassing them. So again, this little girl is very docile for a bull snake. So she's been great to help us do this little quick wildlife short. So thanks guys for tuning in and checking out this little wildlife short. I'll definitely be doing more of these as springtime, summertime comes on and I keep finding more critters. So again, if you don't know what a snake is, don't touch it. But bull snakes are very common out here, and absolutely harmless and beautiful little critters. So I'm gonna let this little girl go again, and we'll see let's see, found her over here, so I'm going to put her just off the trail so she can go back to doing whatever snake things she was doing before. Alright, so here's another bull snake who is doing this lovely impression of a rattlesnake here. So she's doing this hissing, and if she'll do it, you can see her shaking her tail. So that's their nice little bluff impression that they might do.